First and foremost, I want to preface that harassment is never okay no matter the situation. Sending death threats, name-calling, etc. is not something that I will be tolerating. Are we all mostly adults? If you can't join the conversation in a civil matter, then I think it's best if you keep your thoughts to yourself. The comment section will be open for discussion, so please leave your thoughts below. Now, let's actually get into the video. So, unless you've been living under a rock on Twitter, which honestly sounds amazing right now, it must be so peaceful, you know about the SmolLola situation that has been going on in the community. Let's start with our main player in this story, SmolLola. SmolLola is a CVTuber who just recently debuted at the beginning of this month. After releasing her model to the public, there was a large outcry and people saying that she looked very similar to a larger creator in the sphere named ShylLily. After that, a couple of people started posting comparisons showing the two designs, and the majority consensus was that the pair were way too similar. This was just the tip of the iceberg though. Small interruption. Before we continue, let's explain the word constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is a form of feedback that focuses on delivering critique and negative feedback constructively and positively to improve performance or behavior. Constructive criticism is actionable, clear, and beneficial to the recipient. It does not solely focus on the negative aspects. Basically, they're saying that they're giving facts and tips to improve or better the situation while still trying to stay neutral and not be disrespectful. I feel like a lot of people are using some words out of context in this situation or without fully understanding the meaning, so I will be jumping in and out when needed to give the Google definition of the word. An artist by the name of Arya Gumia Sully made a post explaining the good and bad distinctions when making the silhouette of your character. Let me read it out for you guys. I'm a bit tired of seeing this happening all the time, so I made this to exemplify why sometimes people justly compare designs of others. Value, color, and details are lesser in the hierarchy, in my opinion. They dictate what's within the bigger frame, aka the silhouette. And they've made a nice image here that shows the bad distinctions versus the good distinctions when creating a silhouette for your VTuber. In this image, it's hard to tell the difference between the two models, and they explain it here. The overall silhouette, shape language, and placement of important features are exactly the same. Small details don't make up for the bigger picture on what constitutes a memorable design. And in the good distinction, we have, despite having the same design, the motifs are virtually different. Small details don't matter because you can tell both subjects apart by the unique style and shape language. AKA, like, they're both the same sort of type of VTuber, but you can completely tell them apart and you would never be able to compare them because of how different they are, presenting-wise. Arya goes on to say that you can't create something unique amidst so many VTubers is the most lazy, lame-ass excuse you could ever come up with to defend this. It shows you completely lack understanding of anything design-related and your opinion is purely uneducated. You can be a whale/orca with drastically different shape language. It has happened before, image below, and this is to prove that the previous statement is a fluke. And here's the image just to show reference. This is ShylLily, and to be honest, I do not know who this is, but they're so cute. Oh my gosh. If after reading this your conclusion is just that I'm here to harass you, you missed the point. I didn't mention anyone and this criticism may help others. I'm a character design artist. I think I have educated opinion on these matters since they are public figures. Which I think is very valid, to be honest. The thread did not include any form of harassment, nor did they shame or bully Lola in any way. They made multiple good points, and they were well versed in the subject, thus they chose to speak about it. And because it is a public matter, I think that it's totally open for discussion as long as you're being respectful. Though there are millions of different VTubers in the community, I do not think it's impossible to have a creative design anymore. Having similarities to another creator is fine as long as you're not crossing the line into copying. Sherryberry is another creator who made a very informative thread based on the information presented, not only showing similarities within the design elements of the character herself, but also the logo, name, and other assets of the model. They have also shown her catchphrase, Swam Swam, which sounds quite similar to another catchphrase I know. In an interview with Alara, she says that she was inspired by Lily's catchphrase and thought it would be a good idea to have one of her own. Here's the image that Sherryberry uses in her thread to make a couple of her points. She shows the design and the similarities within the design, and some of the things can include the choker, the ribbon with the same straps, the frilly short skirt, and the fact that they're both fair foot. The fact that they're both cat/C VTubers, the fact that their names both start with S and end with L, and the fact that their logos are eerily similar, mimicking the shoreline and the pretty colors of the waves. A creator I personally follow by the name of Mikadiris posted a side-by-side of Lola's debut art to Lily's, sharing concerns that with all the other information gathered, this was just another addition to the pile. And when it comes to the case of design elements, Ikara TTV made a recolor of Lola's design using Lily's color scheme, and I mean, the picture sort of speaks for itself. Personal opinions aside, having one or two coincidences can be explained away, but when you have this many mounting against you, it's hard to deny what it looks like, and in this case, it really looks like blatant copying. I want to briefly talk about another situation she was in late last year, with once again being blamed for copying Shy Lily's design. As she stated, the model was an adopt and she could not make decisions regarding the design itself. And at the time, she did receive unnecessary hate and threats, and I can totally understand why she was uncomfortable as she had no control over the design. She posted a tweet regarding the fact that she was happy to be able to move on from this circumstance as she was getting a new model done for her debut. What I cannot understand is that if you were being accused of copying another person and wanted to move away from those allegations, then why did you redesign your character to lean more into the Shy Lily aspects instead of leaning away from them? It seems unlikely she didn't know what she was doing and was oblivious of the fact that her new theme looked even more like Shy Lily's than the last. With everything going around, I've seen a lot of people comparing this situation to other cases within the CVTuber community, but what I think makes this situation vastly different is the fact that there are multiple cases of this happening to Lola and multiple aspects of her design mimicking Lily's. The fact that this was not a one-off situation or a single piece of her design is what makes it a real problem. The next thing we have to talk about aside from the design elements is a thread by Sherryberry. In this thread, she shows an old video of Lola compared to a new one, where she switches up her accent as if almost to resemble Lily's.
This fish is like just stuck there now. You guys are stuck. I can't get you guys to move. What the fuck? I don't want to leave. But I do. Aww. Well, good night. You should definitely go to sleep because... Thank you so much for 1,800 followers. It means so much to me. I love you all so fucking much. Thank you. Hello. I heard you like VTubers, and if you haven't noticed yet, I have a feeling. Now, I have the solution to all of the problems in your life right here in my bio.
In an interview with Alara, she tries to explain it away by saying that she has traveled there often and has many relatives who carry a German accent, so she has developed one herself. Now, let's talk linguistics for a minute. For those who don't know, it is possible to develop a subtle accent over time if you are constantly speaking the language. But it's simply talking to someone with that accent or going to that place a couple of times makes it almost impossible or very unlikely to develop one so quickly. Also, there is a vast difference between learning an accent and just picking one up, because if you are learning to have your voice sound a certain way, you are actively focusing on changing the way you speak. Because I am late on the train and at this point, she has privated her account, I do not know how much hate she has received on her end, and I think it's disrespectful to speculate. But I do know how much support and attention she has received after the fact, gaining thousands of followers and many artists showing support by sharing their character redesigns for her. From what I have seen myself, just on my For You page, there have been over 5 redesigns from different artists. I have also heard that she has received donations from fans who want to help her pay for a new model. Among other things, I honestly do think talking about this sort of thing is actually helpful, as long as you are doing it respectfully. It paints a bigger picture in the community, and it helps start a good conversation on design and branding. For me personally, I would not want to be compared to a bigger creator, or any creator for that matter, because it affects not only my brand itself, but it diminishes my work that I have put in to make my character special and unique. A good thing to recognize is that in situations like this, it's not always possible for the creator on the other end, in this situation Shy Lily, to speak out on these things, as for the most part they will be seen as the antagonist because of the size and volume of their community. But also, even if she doesn't speak on this, doesn't mean I think it's okay for us to just ignore it and move on. Harassment is never okay, I get that. but we should be able to have an adult conversation without being seen as malicious or unjust. Shy Lily did respond to the situation as of June 4th, and it's unfortunate that she was pushed into doing so. This is what she had to say. People are waiting for me to say the wrong thing. I stay out of drama for more reasons than just, I have better things to do with myself. Other reasons include that, at some point, you can never say the right thing. What am I expected to address? But since people won't leave me alone about it, and even bothered my management and message in Twitch chat, I guess I am sadly forced to say at least something. If I speak up against something and reveal that I am uncomfortable with it, I am just a hater, a big bad wolf. If I state that I'm fine with it, I disrespect artists who are working hard to practice and hone their skills over years and years and many more years. Their love, passion, and technical skills and everything else they put into their work. I'll be responsible for setting a new standard that encourages stealing, copying, and plagiarizing as okay to do. I'm not the damn law. I'm sad that people have to drag my name into drama by forcing me to say something. The amount of notifications I've been getting is insane to me. Furthermore, we do not condone harassment. Never did, never will. The people who do are not Shy Lily fans. Stop treating this as if I or my community is anyhow involved. They're drama frogs, let that be clear. All this effort to stay out of it, just for people to put words in my mouth and slander my community. You do not speak for me. I have a great fan base that I absolutely love, and people who are familiar with me know that my fan base is drama-free. Anyway, have a nice day. I'm back to spending copious amounts of money on anime waifu PNGs and games. She then proceeds to thank her community and her friends for showing her support, and that she loves them, and she's super grateful. She's just so freaking cute, guys. Small interruption. Before we continue, let's explain the word rage baiting. Rage baiting, or rage farming, is internet slang that refers to a manipulative tactic to elicit outrage with the goal of increasing internet traffic, online engagement, revenue, and support. Rage baiting or farming can be used as a tool to increase engagement, attract subscribers, followers, or supporters, which can be financially lucrative. Rage baiting and rage farming manipulates users to respond in a kind of offensive, inflammatory headlines, memes, tropes, or comments. When we talk about something like this, perspective is important. From the outward view, what Lola did looks eerily similar to rage baiting. The timing right before her debut, the fact that this is the second time she has faced similar allegations, and the fact that she has gained thousands of followers, free art, donations, and support from this situation. Even if it was not intentional, it sends a bigger message that if I want attention online, I just need to copy someone bigger than me. There are so many unique and creative VTubers in the sphere, and the whole situation totally undermines their efforts. In an interview with Alara, she agrees with the people on the design aspects and says she is willing to make a change. I genuinely do commend her for that, since it's hard to face up to your actions, but at the same time, this is the second time for a repeat offense, and it's hard not to doubt the sincerity. Since privating her account, she has posted that she will be debating whether or not to graduate and will be taking a break from the situation for a while. I really truly hope that this is a lesson learned situation for her, and she'll be able to make up for her actions and move on, but I also think that the conversations that were sparked from this were an important conversation to be had. To end off the video, I want to show a trend that came from this drama and all the wonderful VTubers sharing their silhouettes. They're so freaking cool. If you think there's anything I missed or I got wrong, please let me know in the comments, and I appreciate any feedback. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. Bye! As I was in the process of recording this video, Lola has unprivated her account and released a document. The document is titled Clearing the Air. I will be reading a couple pieces from it, but I will not be reading the whole thing. If you do want to check it out, the document will be in the description below, so just go take a look and let me know your opinion on it and what you guys are thinking. Clearing the air. Before actually getting into this, I just want to say I'm thankful for all the people who have stuck by me and supported me through this whole ordeal, but I also want to apologize to the people who now have problems with me due to it. When I joined the community, I wanted nothing but to make people smile, and I still feel that way. It was never my intention to hurt or start any drama, and I truly apologize for how much it's blown up and overall affected the community. I would like to empathize that I am not a victim. A lot of people are making it out, and that's why I'm trying to play it off as. That's not entirely true. I am not a victim. Yes, hate/harassment sucks, but I am not the victim, as I could have prevented this. I will be taking an indefinite hiatus. I feel it would be good for my health. Having so much hate has definitely taken its toll on me, and I don't want to return to such a dark place when I fought so hard to get out of it. This is not me trying to make anyone feel bad for me before I get accused of that. I'm just explaining my genuine reason for this long break to anyone that's genuinely wondering. I think she is taking the right steps to improve the situation and recover from it. I'm genuinely sorry for any sort of harassment that she had to go through. It really sucks. It's really not good. She did not deserve it, no matter what she did. Like I said earlier, I hope that she can improve from this and move on, and if she comes out of the community, I hope she can be comfortable as herself. This is actually the end now. Thanks for watching. Bye!